Inflation is destroying everything. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. Drinking Great Value 100% Colombian tonight. Needed something strong to get through this, guys, as inflation has hit new numbers. Things are getting out of control. Things are absolutely getting out of control. As we've been talking about on the channel as of recent, me and Jessica have been looking at houses and looking at, and it's like, I'm seeing things that are going up even beyond the point of what I consider like crazy high prices. Okay? And we're going to get into some other things here too. Stores closing. We have things disappearing. Maybe some of your favorite items are gone. Like, I get comments on these all the time, and I guess we always have hopes that, like, some of these products have come back. Well, some of these manufacturers, whenever there's a product that's missing and it's been missing for months, look up to see if they're still in business, because a lot of places are going out of business. Now, Big Lots came out with something, I think it was about a day ago. There's over 1,300 stores, over 1,300 Big Lots in the U.S., and they're talking about closing 35 to 40 of them within 2024. There may be more on the way too. We really don't know. We just have to see as it goes. I like Big Lots, but I've always kind of thought like Big Lots could be one of the stores kind of like on the edge here, right? Inflation is hurting a lot of people not able to afford a lot of different things. So some of these extra purchases and stuff, they're just not happening, or people are going to Walmart or Ollie's. I mean, when there's a lot of competition around too, that doesn't help the matter for Big Lots. I'm going to be honest with you. I used to love Big Lots, but I prefer to go to Ollie's now. I feel like not only am I getting some better deals, but, and they are two different stores, but there's a lot of things that Ollie's sells that Big Lots sells, and Ollie's wins for the competition. They are beating out Big Lots. Now, they don't sell like the furniture, but I want to talk about this for a second. So Big Lots, they've had some pretty amazing sales going on, but look at what the prices have gone up on some of their furniture, beds. Yeah, they're selling some name brand products right now, but when you go into Big Lots and you see a recliner for like $700 or $800, and you can get a cheaper one. You can get a cheaper one, and it might be good quality, might last a couple years, maybe a year or two. I've bought furniture before at Big Lots, and it hasn't lasted me a year, right? Now, I take into consideration I'm a bigger guy. So, but still, you don't expect something to break down within a year, right? So, anyway, looks like Big Lots is going to be closing some stores. Look at Family Dollar. Now, they've already closed several around here in Cincinnati, Ohio. It looks like they're going to be closing a lot more. I know there's over 1,000 stores that they're supposed to be closing here by the end of 2024, so keep an eye out for that. And one thing I've learned from like years ago, I remember when Sears went out of business, nobody could figure out why. Sears was always busy. Always busy. I love Sears. And then, when they went out of business and then Kmart bought them out, I was like, oh, how long is it before Kmart goes out of business? I think there are still like a couple Kmarts around the country. I think I remember seeing one down in Tennessee, down near Pigeon Forge. But I'll tell you what, I don't know. There's not many. There's not many. But yeah, I knew back then, I was like, if this could happen to Sears, this could happen to anybody. Anybody. And I'll tell you, it's really, with inflation numbers the way they are today, with the housing market that is just crazy, like I was saying, looking at some of the different housing, we've talked about this. It's like some of these houses have actually gone up. You would think if they haven't sold, they would come down. No, they're like up an extra $10,000, $20,000 on top of the already crazy prices. It's like, at some point, I know me and Jessica are going to have to cave to get a house, but I mean, it's like, geez, it is, and some people, thank you for all of your helpful comments and everything about, looking at foreclosures and stuff like that. I've been looking at some, and it's like, I mean, it could be an option. It might be the only option. I don't know, but some of this stuff is really overly expensive. It's really starting to hurt stores because people aren't going to these other stores, right? Even Ollie's. Ollie's isn't as crowded as it used to be. Big Lots is surely not as crowded as it used to be. And it's just getting harder and harder for people to justify going to some of these places. And if you've had one bad experience with some of these places, it's hard to go back. Like, I like going to Big Lots for different things. Will I ever buy furniture there again? Probably not. It's just not great quality. And I know some people have said that Big Lots quality's gotten better. Well, I don't know. I've sat on a couple couches and stuff, and some of them are okay, but not that I trust buying it and then hoping that it lasts, a couple years. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, wanted to put this video out here today to make sure that, keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on some of your favorite stores, because this popping up, I don't think it's going to be one of our Big Lots that closes, or the only Big Lots really. But I'm really kind of wondering, what you guys think about this. I know we kind of, anytime I visit Big Lots and do a vlog or something, we get kind of mixed reviews on Big Lots. I really do. I love Big Lots. I hope it stays open. I do think it's kind of funny that, where some are closing, we just saw last year where they just opened a couple brand new Big Lots stores. So, I don't know. I mean, we see these things with Walmart too. Like, they'll build Walmarts, and then, one or two will close down. It's like when you hear about a bunch of Walmart stores closing, well, then you hear about a bunch opening too. Now, these are different times, though, guys. These are different, crazy times, and we need to pay attention to a lot of these things. The more and more inflation stays the way it is, the more and more these prices just keep going up. If they would just stop, it has to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that prices are so high, people are adapting, but we're having to constantly adapt. Inflation is killing the country here, guys. I mean, it really is. Look at numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at interest rates. Look at, insurance. I know we talk about a lot of these things on the channel here, but always getting new viewers every day. So I like to put this out here. Been noticing a lot of different stores closing, and a lot of different stores closing. I haven't seen for myself any like huge price increases at like Dollar Tree yet, but you better believe after most of those Family Dollar stores close, I'm thinking we're going to see some much higher prices at Dollar Tree, and they're going to start integrating those items into the different aisles, where it's going to be harder and harder. You're going to have to actually like shop and not think, well, I can go in this aisle and it's going to be $1.25. No, we're going to start finding like $3 and $5 items mixed in, because with them not making the kind of revenue that they were having with Family Dollar, which must have fallen off of a cliff, because there's, when you're getting rid of that many stores, something must be wrong. Something must be wrong. Now, Family Dollar has kind of gotten a bad name over the last couple of years. But all the ones that I ever see now, well, especially now because there's some closed, but all the ones I go to, they're always packed. They're always packed. The one I went to a few weeks ago, it was completely packed. And it was like, and I know that's just one store. And there's a lot of Family Dollars. I mean, it's not like they're closing all of them. But they could. They could. I know they were talking about actually selling Family Dollar off a while back. I was reading an article on that. It looked like they were planning on selling it off. I don't know who would buy it, especially. I mean, that's the question. Who's going to buy these kind of stores? With the way things are, to see a new store go up, like a brand new store, I'm shocked. I'm shocked, because it's like, did they do research on what was there before that didn't last? I don't know. But some of your different favorite stores, you may want to especially pay attention to some of your mom and pop stores. Let me know down in the comments how many like family-owned stores in your towns have shut down. Not really many around here. I mean, there's been some that have come and go over the years, but I feel a lot of people like myself are like, hey, if I'm going to pay crazy prices anyway, I'm going to go support the town market, or the family-owned markets here, which we are always trying to do more and more. Because we want to keep these places in business, because they are still paying the money for the good quality. It's obviously keeping them in business, because people are like, well, a lot of things have come out, guys, with bioengineered ingredients, with GMOs and different things, people trying to lead a healthier life, people don't mind spending a little bit extra for a couple different reasons. One, you don't want all the chemical garbage in your food. Two, you're supporting people who, are going to use it to give back to the community, right? These family-owned stores that they have to be struggling. They have to be struggling. Now, a lot of these items, like I've talked about in the past, kind of why I don't really do vlogs at some of our neighborhood stores, is because a lot of this stuff they have to sell at some very high prices. Like, meat will be close to what it is at Kroger at regular price. The quality will be better. But when you start looking at shopping for like different like frozen items and stuff like that, those can get really expensive. I saw one of our local like mom and pop stores, and they were selling like Stouffer's meals for like over $5. And I was like, well, that's a little much. That's a little much. Some people probably buy them or they wouldn't sell them. And some people, may just not want to shop at Kroger. A lot of these places, you start thinking, you start kind of going down the rabbit hole of the internet. You try to find out answers. And you start thinking, well, who's the problem here? Is it this manufacturers? Is it transportation? Is it the grocery stores? Is it greed? I think it's a little bit of everything. I don't ever point the finger at one thing. It's a worldly problem right now that we just got to kind of dig ourselves out of. I mean, I hated reading that Big Lots thing. I kind of look at that as, a title that, because I didn't know how many stores there were in the country. There's 1,300, which honestly, that's, it said over 1,300. So might be like 1,320 or so. I don't know the exact number. I don't think Google did either. But it's around 1,300. We'll just say that. So to close 35, 40 stores, that can mean a lot of things. They're not very descriptive in which stores are going to close, right? Are they ones that don't do well? Is it in a certain city or a certain part of town where nobody shops at Big Lots? Now, I will say, if you're looking at it from a Family Dollar perspective, it didn't really matter. They shut down arguably one of the busiest Family Dollars in Cincinnati, in my opinion. And that was kind of shocking. Now, however, it does seem like a lot of people have gone to a different Family Dollar and moved there. We don't really have that option with Big Lots because there's only 1,300 of them. So when you close 35 to 40 stores, that is a bigger impact on the community than a lot of people realize, right? There are a lot of people that shop at our Big Lots. Now, I was looking up some things on Big Lots before. I'm considering going there and checking out some things later. I saw some discounts. Looked like they had some kind of 60% off, like some of the furniture and stuff. And I started thinking, okay, 60% off, you do the math on something that is like $700 today, right? So it'd be like $400, $300, yeah, I mean, some good deals. So that would be what the regular prices of Big Lots furniture was, a year ago, a couple years ago. I know there was like a huge jump. There was a huge jump in Big Lots furniture prices, and they were coming out saying, oh, it's better quality, better quality. It looks the same. It looks the same. I know some people are on the channel saying, oh, no, they changed it. Well, let me know, did they actually change it, or did they just change the name or something? Because the quality looks the same as it did when it was $300 compared to what it is for $700 now. Now, I don't know. Maybe the wood underneath is better. Maybe it's more solid. Maybe you're not sitting on a plywood board that's going to snap who knows when. I've never been a fan of Big Lots furniture. Funny thing, though, me and Jessica bought a bed from Big Lots. It was a Serta mattress, right? We got a really good deal. Serta's a good brand. And we've had it for years. And we're getting ready to get a new bed, as a matter of fact, because it's pretty much destroyed. But we've had it for years. And that was a pretty good deal. I'll say that was a pretty good deal. But this was way before inflation and all this stuff was really starting to take off in a very negative way. Now, we talk about inflation a lot on the channel, but the one thing that, we normally talk about food, and it's funny how numbers aren't calculated into, there needs to be like a separate like food inflation. Like, why are these numbers not like food and energy, like aren't calculated into this? Okay, well, energy's costing more, food's costing more. A lot more people are talking about this these days, guys. Sorry, it's a little hot in here. We got the it's really hot outside. It's like 90 some degrees. But when I have this door shut, the AC is not coming in here. So just getting a little warm. But anyway, just wanted to talk a little bit about this today. I'm sad to see that Big Lots is closing 35 to 40 stores. But the main point of this video is there's going to be a lot of things closing. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised that Dollar General is still doing this. If Dollar General gets rid of some of their deals, they're done. Remember when they were talking about getting rid of the $25 spend 25, save 5 on Saturdays? I guarantee you, if they got rid of that, they'd be toast. Because if you look at least Dollar General's around Cincinnati, you know, I see things. They're all packed on Saturday mornings. Everybody's going there to save that $5 and whatever the new coupons that they were able to either stack up or save. Everybody, just like everybody is shopping at Kroger on Fridays to get the fuel points, everybody's also shopping at Dollar General on Saturdays to get the either $5 off 25, and I think they offer another one now too. If you spend more, you save more. But yeah, I think Dollar General, it might be kind of treading on that too, and especially when they were having all those issues with the messed up prices and all that stuff. I was surprised we didn't see a lot of Dollar Generals close, and that could be some in the future. So if you like Dollar General, you know, I just throw these things out here. This is just what I see, and we hear more and more of these stores closing. You know, a lot of these restaurants are staying open. I'll be honest with you too. I think the reason why a lot of these restaurants are staying open, because look at what the prices to cook some of this stuff is, right? We went to Cracker Barrel the other day and we spent $29. If Jess wouldn't have got the sweet tea, which that was $3, it would have been $26 for all that food. I could have made 2 meals out of that. Jessica did make 2 meals, actually almost 3 meals out of what she had. And it was $26. Try doing that at Kroger. Now, I'm not saying go to Longhorn and get, you know, a $30 steak and all that, but I mean, steak prices are $16.99 a pound right now for ribeyes and most other ones. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Things continue to go up, and where it hurts the worst is at the grocery store. The grocery store, but, you know, it's like, I know, you know, we need to start talking about other things that inflation is affecting. Well, it's affecting everything. Like I said, you know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist or a mathematician to find out that why Big Lots is having to close some of these places. For one, you've doubled some of your prices on furniture. You know, I'm not going to go as far to say Ashley Furniture prices here, but for Big Lots, for them to double over the last couple years is absolutely insane. You're not getting the same kind of quality. I will tell you that. Unless it's a name brand product like Serta or something that they have that they just were able to get in. Maybe something that's been sitting on the shelf for years and they're just selling it for a better price. That's possible. Now, this was years ago that me and Jessica got our bed and we got a good deal on it. But now you look at them and it's like, oosh, I might as well go to like Beauty Rest or something. You know, I mean, it's about the same prices. Close. You might save a little bit. You know, I'm not 100% on that, but I don't know, guys. Everything continues to go up. Inflation is absolutely destroying everything. It really is. I mean, and you know, I'm a little wired about it today, I guess, because, you know, it's, as we've been talking, you guys know me and Jessica are always looking for a home, always looking for a house, and it's like seeing some of these prices on houses that I was interested in. It's like we gotta jump, guys. We gotta jump because it just keeps going up, right? 2 houses that we looked at, one of them is $18,000 more than what it was a couple weeks ago. How does that happen? And it's already a ridiculously overpriced from what it was just a couple years ago. Man, it's got us thinking. It's already got us thinking. After 24 hours, we're not gonna jump on something that is a crazy buy that's not everything that we want. It's making it look more and more like maybe buying a piece of property and having our own house built might be the way to go. Some people left some good suggestions, buying a piece of property and then, you know, maybe like a tiny home or something, or like be hard to do. It would be hard to do, but something small just to get us by as we're having a house built, that's a great idea. It's a great idea, and might consider something like that, because there was another house too that went up $9,000. $8,000, like $8,500 in a few days. So I guess what that means is people were bidding on it, and then the homeowner realized, oh, I can get more money, so they just added that up. And a lot of these houses, sale pending, right? So they're probably already sold, most of them. Now when you talk to your realtor or something, they're moving left and right, guys. They don't even know which way to turn either. Right? We've talked with people and had people, try to help us out and everything, and it's like they don't know as much as we do. What's here today will be gone tomorrow. It's like that Dollar Tree slogan: "Get it before it's gone." Get it before it's gone. And we saw something, and it's like don't even want to put a bid on a house when a week or two later it's gone up by $18,000. That's crazy. I mean, that's $18,000 over what we were already like. Okay, we're just gonna do it, right? It's gonna be a surprise. I mean, we were jumping on it, just to, like, had most of the things that we wanted. Some things we maybe could add on in the future, but nope, not now. And I you can say that it wasn't meant to be, right? Wasn't meant to be. We're always looking, we're always checking. But yeah, guys, inflation continues to rise. Nothing is going down. It's only going up. I'll continue to monitor some of the grocery stores as we go along here. I am planning on doing some other videos, more, traveling and doing vlogs as we go along. Look at some pretty sights in the background while we're having our coffee, man. You know what I mean? Instead of just my war room here. But anyway, it's nice for days like today because it is really steamy outside. Yeah, I need to get, I got my little fan here, but I didn't turn it on. Plus, I'm using my high-powered microphone. I don't want you to hear, Anyway, guys, keep your heads on a swivel. Just keep in mind, inflation's not going anywhere. Don't listen to anything that anybody says about things coming down. Sure, yeah, prices have come down, only for them to go back up again. They wanted to just say it, get it out in the open, say, oh, we're slashing prices, guys, thousands of items. For how long? Now, I know Aldi said that they came out and said it was going to last through the summer. So, okay, as far as I know, Aldi is the only store that has come out and said that given a time period. Okay, but if you don't give me a time period, then it's just as good as a low price sticker at Kroger. That could mean, as we see nowadays, most of them are just the regular prices. They don't even bother to put what the sale was anymore. Or if it is even on sale, making more trickery in the grocery stores. But you know what? We're learning from all that too. Because, that is what we talk about. It's like I try to make it as simple as possible, especially when we're shopping around and looking for deals. Because, if anything, it's all about just saving a little bit of money when you can. And if you can't, well, we just have to we have to organize our lives now in the way of the shape of the world, of the way the world is turning. Hopefully things get better at some point. Hopefully things match up to some of the prices. People are getting creative, guys. Remember, we used to talk about this on the channel. People are getting creative with meals. They're getting creative with lifestyle. It's sad. It's sad that we have to do these things. I mean, it's a good thing, okay? It's good to expand out, get creative, save money, making meals, maybe elongated meals that you can save, and save money and have over time. It's use your imagination on some of these things, on different meals. But it's a shame that we live in a time to where a lot of people are forced. There's a big difference between wanting to do these things and being forced to do them. I don't know, guys. That is it for the coffee rant today. Just wanted to talk a little bit about inflation. The Big Lots thing kind of hit me. It reminded me of Sears and Kmart and all this stuff. And I said years ago, I was like, this could happen to Sears. This could happen to anybody. Again, we weren't even dealing with the big inflation numbers. I just thought of something. I can't remember. When did Sears close? When did Sears close? Was it 2008? Because we were dealing with some issues in 2008. Let's just Google here. When did Sears go out of business? It was the 20th largest retailing company in the United States in 2015. It filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on October 15th, 2018. Okay, so 10 years after that. And sold its assets to ESL Investments. Seems like it's been longer than that. Sears, ours closed before that. And sold its assets to ESL Investments in 2019. The new owner moved Sears assets to its newly formed subsidiary, Transformco, and after that, Sears Holding Corporation was closed. This must have been after the whole Kmart thing and all that, I guess, because that was a while ago. Anyway, that's it for the coffee rant, guys. Keep your heads on a swivel. Make sure you're stocking up on the sales as you see them. Who knows what these prices are going to be like in the next, day, 20 minutes. They could be going up right now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.